If you earn a decent salary but still feel like you are living paycheck to paycheck, there is a hidden force quietly draining your bank account. It is not inflation, it is not taxes, and it is not because you do not make enough money. The real reason is much simpler than you think. Every single day, you are making tiny financial decisions that seem completely meaningless in the moment. A quick coffee here, a forgotten subscription there, a slight upgrade on your phone plan. Individually, these choices feel like they have zero impact on your long-term wealth, but together, they form a silent leak that is costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Most people never realize this. They focus entirely on the big milestones. They wait for a promotion, they wait for a bonus, they wait for a big inheritance to finally feel rich. But while they're staring at the horizon, their daily habits are secretly eating their future. What happens when you actually track where your money goes every single day? The answer changes everything. To understand why we sabotage our own wealth, we have to look at the problem up close. Think about your typical morning. You might stop for a coffee and a pastry. During the day, you buy lunch because you did not have time to pack one. On the way home, you tap your phone to pay for a grocery delivery because you're too tired to go to the store. None of these purchases feel dangerous. They are small, they are convenient, they make you feel a little bit better during a stressful day. But there is one problem. These small purchases do not stay small. They multiply. They evolve into a concept known as lifestyle creep. This happens when your income goes up, but your expenses go up right alongside it. You get a raise at work, and instead of saving the difference, you upgrade your apartment. You start ordering premium food delivery instead of standard. You add more streaming services because $10 a month feels like nothing. Before long, you are making significantly more money than you were 5 years ago, but your savings account looks exactly the same. You are running on a financial treadmill. You're working harder and earning more, but you are not getting any closer to actual financial freedom. The scariest part is that you do not even notice it happening. The spending becomes automatic. It blends into the background of your life. And that's exactly how your daily habits are secretly killing your wealth. So why do our brains do this? Why do highly intelligent, capable people consistently throw money away on things that do not matter? The answer lies in behavioral finance. Your brain is not actually wired to build wealth. It's wired for survival. And thousands of years ago, survival meant consuming resources immediately. If our ancestors found food, they ate it. They did not save it for a retirement account that would pay off in 40 years. Today, we live in a modern world of money and investing, but we are still walking around with ancient brains. This creates a massive conflict between what we should do and what we feel like doing. One of the strongest psychological forces at play here is called the pain of paying. In the past, when you bought something, you had to physically hand over cash. You could feel the weight of the money leaving your hand. Your brain registered a literal feeling of loss. But here's the surprising part. Technology has completely bypassed this psychological defense mechanism. When you tap a card, click a button, or use a digital wallet, the transaction feels invisible. You are not giving anything physical away. Your brain does not register the loss, so it does not trigger the pain of paying. You get the reward of the purchase without the psychological discomfort of the cost.
There is another mental trap that makes this worse. Behavioral economists call it mental accounting. This is the human tendency to treat money differently depending on where it comes from or what we label it. For example, if you work 40 hours a week for $1,000, you treat that money very carefully. You think about paying rent and buying groceries. But if you get a surprise $500 tax refund or a small bonus, your brain puts it in a completely different mental bucket. It feels like free money. You are much more likely to spend it on something fun, like a nice dinner or new clothes, even though a dollar is a dollar no matter where it came from. Your daily habits exploit these psychological weaknesses. The subscriptions you signed up for during a free trial rely on the fact that you will forget to cancel them. The extra items you throw in your online cart rely on the fact that digital payments feel painless. Your brain is being outsmarted by the design of the modern economy. To see the true damage of these daily habits, we have to look at the math, but not in the way you might expect. Most people think about money in a straight line. They think, if I spend $5 a day on coffee, that costs me $35 a week, or about $1,800 a year. That sounds like a lot, but it still does not feel life-changing. What happened next changed everything for the people who understood a simple concept called compound interest. Compound interest is the mathematical force where your money makes money, and then that new money makes even more money. It is what Albert Einstein reportedly called the eighth wonder of the world. But compound interest works in reverse, too. When you spend money instead of investing it, you're not just losing the original amount. You're losing all the wealth that money could have generated for you over the next few decades. Let us go back to that $5 daily habit. If you invest $5 a day into a broad stock market index and assume a conservative historical average return, that money grows. After 10 years, it's not just $18,000. It's significantly more because of the compounding returns. After 20 years, the numbers become staggering. After 30 years, that simple $5 a day habit, which felt completely meaningless at the time, would have grown into a massive pile of wealth.
You are not just buying a coffee. You are spending the equivalent of a future car, or a down payment on a house, or years of retirement freedom. When you look at history, the most successful investors understood this concept deeply. They did not focus on finding the next magical stock. They focused relentlessly on not losing money to foolish daily spending. They understood that saving is not about depriving yourself. It is about preserving your future purchasing power. The shift from a cash-based society to a completely digital, frictionless economy has made this problem worse than ever before. Companies spend billions of dollars engineering their apps and stores to remove every single point of friction from the buying process. They want you to buy without thinking, because the less you think, the more you spend. So how do you fight back? How do you rewire your daily habits so they build your wealth instead of destroying it? The solution does not require you to become a miser. You do not need to stop buying coffee or cancel every fun thing in your life. The solution is about awareness, friction, and automation. The first step is what we can call an awareness audit. For the next 30 days, you need to write down every single penny you spend. Do not categorize it. Do not try to judge it yet. Just track it. Most people who do this are shocked by what they find. They discover subscriptions they forgot existed. They realize they are spending hundreds of dollars a month on convenience fees, impulse snacks, and digital services they barely use.
You cannot fix a leak if you do not know where the water is coming from. Awareness alone is often enough to cut your unnecessary spending by 20 or 30% simply because you are forcing your brain to acknowledge the loss again. The second step is to intentionally add friction back into your spending. Remember how technology removed the pain of paying? You need to manually put it back. Unsave your credit card information from your favorite websites. Delete the food delivery apps from your phone so you have to reinstall them every time you want to order. Set a rule that you will wait 48 hours before buying any non-essential item over $50. By adding these small delays, you give your logical brain time to catch up with your emotional brain. Most of the time, the urge to buy something impulsive will fade within a few hours. The third and most powerful step is to completely flip the equation. Most people save whatever money is left over at the end of the month, but there is a fundamental flaw in this strategy. When you wait until the end of the month, your daily habits have already consumed your income. There is never anything left. Instead, you need to pay your future self first. The day your paycheck hits your account, have an automatic transfer move a specific percentage of your money directly into an investment account. If you never see the money in your checking account, your brain will not try to spend it. You will naturally adjust your daily spending to fit the smaller amount of money that remains. This single shift in behavior is what separates people who build wealth over time from people who just earn a lot of money and spend it all. When you make these changes, the transformation in your financial life is not instant, but it is permanent. You stop feeling anxious about checking your bank balance. You start to see your investments actually growing month after month. The stress of living paycheck to paycheck slowly disappears. You realize that true wealth is not about having a massive salary. It's about having control over the money that passes through your hands. It's about making sure your daily habits are aligned with your long-term goals instead of working against them. Every dollar you keep is a soldier that goes out and works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every dollar you waste on a mindless habit is a soldier you fired. You do not need to make more money to start building wealth today. You just need to stop letting your daily habits steal the money you already make. Close the silent leaks. Add friction to your spending. Automate your saving. If this changed how you think about your daily spending, you will likely find the next video in this series just as valuable. It breaks down exactly how to set up the automated investment system that does the heavy lifting for you. You can find that video right here on the screen. If you are finding this channel helpful, take 1 second to hit the like button and subscribe. It helps more people discover these ideas, and it ensures you do not miss the next step in your financial journey.